What did I add there? Did I add request dot session? Request dot session. You see, this is the session object. Same session object is not coming over here. Is logged in user is not getting shit.
Sir, why don't you check the two applications side by side tab and check the Cogna, sir?
Which two applications?
Like shopping and store in the UI which we have developed.
We don't need to compare. One simple thing is it is two single files, right? Okay, if you go for, I mean, it's not like too much of code we need to compare. If you go with
Very
our
small
Git,
thing.
yeah, very small. I mean, just app.js and that service. If I go to UI class, if I go to shopping on store, if you go to first thing is under app.js, you have to make use of this session. You see, this is the session. So here we are invoking it. Later, we have to use this. That's it. That is what need to be done in your app.js. Now let us go into the routes folder, validate. While you're validating, we will be using this session here. You see request.session.account ID we added. Same thing we have done. That's it. And if you go to get session info, adding if it is too many lines of code, yeah, we would have done that. But it's just simple, straightforward thing. Not sure what is missing. App and Express. Okay, how we created our app reference with Express origin. Is it because of the cross origin? Is it because of the cross origin? Could be a case. Yes, could be a case. Okay. The only thing what I see is in the other example, there was no. Because when I'm hitting that from this guy, it has to maintain that. The request has come from there. Okay. If it is cross origin is the issue, then we'll do one thing. Uh, User credentials, open in a new tab, get product details, open in a new tab. This guy is post. This guy is also post. Okay, for now, let us make it as get, just for testing. This guy as get. Okay, this is the product data we are getting. This is the validate. Where say credential success as true. Now, first thing is validate user credentials. This guy is coming. Now, if I hit a product details, you see it is coming. The issue is because of the cross domain. Okay, got it. So the issue is because of the cross domain, it is not maintaining the session. But how do I handle this? Okay, so the question should be um, in a node server, while using express-session module, request.session is not get credentials true. We already did that. Methods, we already did that. Origin is what we have done. Methods and allow headers are optional. You make comment for this time. So this is so and so. Client side example fetch or Axios. Crucial for sending cookies. You see, credentials need to be sent. Credentials need to be sent when we are doing from the Axios. Validate user credentials. Where I was doing this. Header.u6. So here we are using this guy, right? To make it simple, let me go with here, this guy. I'll simply say Axios dot get URL is so and so. Axios dot post credential dot include. dot done. Okay, after this, what he's saying, client side, we have added the credentials include closure for sending the cookies. Later, this is the same secret key, resave, save unauthorized, HTTP only for cross origin cookies. Same site, none. This is also one of the important thing. Cookies. Okay, let us try this. Okay, one more modification. We have made it as get right. So let's revert that. Get product details. This guy is post again. This guy is also post again. Okay, it's a good part. At least we got the issue. Now let us do this ABC. Invalid credentials. Why so? Invalid credentials. Response, we got it as empty. Why so? Ask credentials. Response is coming as empty. Why so? It is coming as valid. Why this guy is not going now? What happened to this guy? Okay, but whatever it is, in the background, if you see, okay, this is valid credentials and this is the session what we are setting. Okay. Okay, so you got the response as so and so. I'm getting this valid credential response dot data dot message. It should be. Cool. And now when I go to, don't say that. This guy, again, I got it as, this is the data what we set. This is the session we are not getting. Again, we are not getting, right? Something else he mentioned. With credentials, it is fine. Another thing is check if for proxy or load balance. If you're behind the proxy, Nginx, then trust the proxy so expense can handle cookies correctly. Okay, let us try this. App dot set proxy, trust proxy. And one more thing, even for even for under your header.tsx, this is what we have passed. Let's do the same for the product details also. Man, that's that happen. No luck. Still, this session is different and this session is different. Why it is not sharing the same session? Is it like mandatory? I need to go with the Redis cache. Let's try this final step. Otherwise, I need to move that code into one single server. You know, Redis is one of the in-memory cache. I mean, it's like a database, but not like a separate database, which will be inside the like cache within the particular server instance. So Redis is one of the in-memory cache, third-party library. Okay, so let's use that guy. Store equal to resave unsecured, same site, none. I never spent this much of time on the server, That just go straight forward. But yeah, this is a very good example where to handle cross domains. VM install Redis. Let's go for this. Redis store is not defined. New Redis store. Obviously, we have to instantiate, right? Redis store is not a constructor, but this is what been told for us. Connect Redis dot default. New Redis store as a client require connect to Redis default. Is this require of so and so connection? Yeah, that's it. Wasting time. Same, right? What is the issue? Redis store. Require is not a function. Connect Redis. Which version it got installed? Why the entry is not happening here? Oh, I'm looking into different package.json. So Redis, what we are installing is file, and where is Redis connect? Connected is 9. So what he's saying is newer version and later it has to be something like this, just to connect Redis. Oh, okay. And PM. Oh man, Redis store is not a constructor. Same old story. If you are using a version 4 plus, ensure you are importing connect Redis as a class or constructor, not attempting to invoke it as a function that returns a constructor. Sure, connect is in new keyword to create instance of new Redis client. That is what we are doing. Redis store equal to so and so, store equal to new client. That is what we are doing. Connect Redis 7 plus. Okay. Redis store is Redis store. It should be something like this. Okay. set header after they have sent. We were not doing it. Let's go into validate user credentials. We are not doing it, right? We needed the session to store the data, but it is still not happening. Okay, for connect to VX and below, this is fine. What is happening? That's it. Okay. Now, how to store data in the shared session? Request dot session equal to so and so to access request dot session. It's still not happening. Request dot session, we have set it. Still the data is not coming here. This is what we have set and that is what we are reading. In the above scenario, we are getting
Sir, while sending data, we are doing response.send and we are stringifying that string. So without stringify, can you send data and try once?
line number. Here you are saying this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, it is always recommended to when we are communicating the data within the network, right? So it is always recommended to make it as a string so that like in string, what happens is it combines all the JSON object as a group of characters instead of key and value page. To increase the performance, we generally do this.
Okay.
But that guy is not a problem here. It is like, I mean, we haven't modified this guy at all. But why this guy is throwing header dot response later we are sending? No, we are sending request dot send here. That's it. Otherwise, I can even comment this guy. After response dot length, we are doing this. Better way to JSON response, JSON.stringify, use response.json. Okay, instead of going with this guy, you want to say like this, response.json.
No. Response dot send, but without a stringify.
No, I mean, both are, for sure, it is recommended to go with a stringify. That is mandate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not mandate in the sense, if you don't pass it, unnecessary performance will be decreased. But
Okay.
instead of we manually doing this response.stringify and all, if we say response.json, it will automatically take care.
Mm-hmm.
This is also one way we have. But anyway, that is not the problem here. We're stuck with this. Same old error, same old data not getting shared. Just because of this cross domain. If I take that response and I put into this application, it will be running super fine. Just because of this cross domain, this is an issue. Who is setting user credentials? Under user credentials, we are saying db.so and so.
Can you explain like what you're actually trying to do?
One second. From the web service, this is post validate user credentials. Post validate user credentials. But why this guy is not coming for us? API hit. Why I don't see that console message that API hit? Okay, API hit. Then it is going to MongoDB. I'm getting the response. We are showing the session details. Okay, we are showing the session details. This guy. Now when I say response.json, this is the problem. It is not a problem. Yeah, request.session is there. That's it. Request.session dot is logged in user is false. Come on, where this guy is coming? But one thing is, okay, it is responded 200. After response, cannot set a header after the client. But from which service it is coming? From which web service? Cannot set header after they are sent to the client. Outgoing response. Shopping. We are not doing it. Are we doing in product details? We are not doing it. It is only doing once. Come on, man. Yeah, someone asking something. What was that? The question?
Like what we are trying to do actually, not understand.
We are trying to save the session details. If two independent servers, sorry, two independent web services, you see, under this web service, when I'm hitting this validate user credentials, under a session, I am putting one of the object which is called as is logged in user. Now, when I go to product details session, so this is a session which is coming under your product details web service. This guy should able to access this session data under this guy. That's a simple requirement, which happens smoothly when it is same domain. I have shown right in the browser when I'm hitting it is working good. But when we go with this cross domains, because this server is in a different location, I mean different domain, and this guy running in a different domain. Now that session maintenance is not running fine. That is where we are trying to set this. Clear?
Different services means we are hitting different endpoints.
Sorry, could you go again? What was that?
So you told like we are trying for different services to communicate. So service here means different endpoints.
Yeah, service means different web services. I mean, different endpoints. One is validate user credentials and one is get product details, which is this
So,
guy.
but it's same web server, right? Why that is not happening?
Come on, web server is same, but the request is going from where? Request is coming from like a different domain, right? So that was the question. If you
Different
remember,
domain
in
means
our
local.
UI full stack example, like people who are from UI, session, okay, let me say GitHub. There, how it was working is when you go with your UI class, if I go with the shopping one store, this is a one single guy, you see, who is having the web services, okay, who is having the UI also into the same folder. That is the reason both the, I mean, both are working from the same domain. Maintaining the session was easy for me. But right now it is challenging because both are coming from two different domains.
It's a small doubts. I think different domains means we have the same local host and port numbers. So
No,
not
if you see the client is running from localhost 5173, where you are hitting the server to localhost 3000.
yes, sir.
So that is where it is two different domains, cross domains.
Okay, different web services means
Different web services are these, right? Individual web service. One is, you see, localhost 3000 validate user credentials. One is localhost 3000 get product details.
but they share the same database, MongoDB.
Database, it is different. Database, obviously, they can share between them. That is a physical data. But this is a session data which is being created automatically.
So what is the difference between the JWT and sessions? Not understand.
What is the difference between the
JWT and this sessions.
JWT is a JSON web token, which is like a token sharing when you are hitting between two services. I mean, even JWT, what happens is when I'm passing you the JWT, I will check that whether it is a valid token or not. So token-based authorization will be happening, right? So that is what we call it as JWT. But here there is a session. When I logged in, all the web services has to know that, okay, this is the same user who is coming. So that is different and this is different. JWT mostly will go when you want to go with the authorization. Authentication is I am getting the access to the system. Authorization is whether you are having access to the specific resource or not. So that is completely two different things. Pallavi, same site, none. Yeah, I have already added that, Pallavi. When I'm doing this get product details, where was that? Under your header.tsx. Same site, none. Inside your cookie, you are saying, right, Pallavi?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, cookie, we have already done that. Same site, none, we added it. We added same site. We added Redis. Still, it is an issue. Why we couldn't able to share the data between the two services? Your same site log. You see, this is what we are keeping. He is logged in user. He's saying that, okay, this is what. Without sharing the data, how can I know that whether user is logged in user or not? How do we proceed? This is a big blocker. You know, if I take out this React code, app client code, if I if I do the npm run build, okay, found 29 errors. Wow.
Sir, course should come before session. Actually, we are adding session first and then course.
Course should come before session. Course
Yes.
option we are doing here. And okay, you mean to say if I just move this, this should help.
Hopefully.
Okay, let's try. No luck. Again, this guy is not having. This guy we are setting. This guy is killing us. Okay, but one more shock I have is when we go to the client side, when I say npm run build, we are having these many errors. Okay, why the reason? All destructure elements are unused. Okay, line number 16, headers.tsx. Okay, if we do this fixes of all those, some will be price does not exist on I've never. Okay, these are like small related things, which is used or not used and all. Okay, for example, if I go to header.tsx,
The build will not perform by itself. We have to remove all unnecessary things.
when it is a code, right? We are the one who added it. I mean, being that guy, lint errors and all, that I can fix it automatically. But code-wise change, if it is removing automatically, what if like you intentionally needed it? The same guy will not throw error when it is a TS file, JS file. If it is JS, it wouldn't have been thrown these errors. But if it is TS, what we have added, I think it is needed for us. I mean, we have to fix that error. It is not by default. Removing of the code will never automatically happen. Because like developer might come and claim that it is my requirement. Why you are the one who have deleted it? But yes, if you say that there are other lint things which can help us, if you say that, okay, just delete it, whatever, I mean, just fix it automatically, then it's going to do automatically. In header.tsx, line number 5, this is not needed. Okay. Now it has come to 28. Line number homepage.tsx. Oh my God, we have a lot of things to do. These are warnings while we are developing, but errors when we are building. Product details.tsx. Card details is declared but never used. Why we are not using card details in product? Okay, here it is not needed. Argument type product is not assignable to parameter of any void. Increment cart does not exist on type never. Till 24. Let's slice.ts. Slice also we have an issues.
Sir, actually, last night I was trying. So here, Redux toolkit will have the image. So that is going to help. We are using that spread operator, right, sir? Like we have taken one object, temp object,
Okay.
but I made it very simple because all those things are making little complex. Directly we can, count plus is equals to count, that is working. We need not use the spread operator.
This one you're saying, ma'am, line number 19.
Yes, sir. Directly we can, increase the count like state dot code details dot action payload product ID dot count plus is
State
equals to
dot
1.
so and so because it is an object. Okay, yeah.
So image
That
is
is what
going to
we have done. Okay, that I have modified. If you remember, yesterday when I was doing the decrement, I have done the same. That code is not there.
inside also.
Yeah, yesterday when I was writing this decrement code, right? If you remember, yesterday we have added the decrement code. That is true. You don't need to merge this guy
Yeah.
because directly you don't even need to take this object also.
Yes.
You can
That
directly
will,
say this state, not state, this action payload or product ID. In that case, then you are saying that I can say state card details of action dot payload dot product ID dot
Fine.
count plus plus, right? That's what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this we have done in case of decrement also. Anyway, like yesterday's code I was not having. Once it is come, I will do this logic. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is any state, this guy.
And other things, sir, getting the product details, I have used the get method. It is working fine. Like, what is the reason you have not used the get? In all the cases, you are using the post.
It is recommended, right? When you go with the real time, right? When you
Okay.
go into the real time, you mostly, very rarely, you see your get. Because whatever the real time applications you go, it won't be, if I copy this URL, if you see this guy, the protocol what we are using is HTTP. But when you go to the real time, we never use the HTTP. It is always HTTPS. And if it is HTTPS, you can only make the post communication, not the get communication. Okay.
Yes, good.
Okay. So I'll do one thing, guys. I'll pause it. Today I will try to spend some time. Yesterday I didn't get some time, so I didn't explode it. But today at least I will try to get some time and explore on this, like how do we get this. Otherwise, to